Well, there we go. All right, we
Cool.
are. I don't know if we were live before. You never know with this stuff because it's such a. You always get like a weird buffer. But guys, welcome today to the Tech Tony podcast. I feel sorry for those of you that are listening to this podcast via audio only because if you listen to me right now, I sound terrible. And here in the South, it is peanut season, and I can't breathe. So. And according to my friend here, Jake, I need, was it vodka you said? I
Yeah,
need
yeah, you
some
should. You should try it. Yeah, the proper Eastern European style. So,
vodka.
yeah.
But we're live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Behind me is TikTok because there's a way to get TikTok on a PC. I haven't figured it out yet. If you guys tuned into my last podcast, we had audio issues because of TikTok. So hopefully today's a little better. But anyways, as it is, guys, this is the Tech 20 podcast. If you read today's title, as you know, I myself, I talk a lot about e-commerce. I never claim to be one of those gurus that are like, "Oh, sign up with me and you'll make $10,000 in your first week, whatever." Never done that. Never preached it. I own my own stores. I sell online. I've built 8 stores, sold them all. I currently only have 2 of my personal stores. But what about selling off of the platform, off of the website? And we're not talking about Facebook sales or Instagram sales. We're talking about Amazon, Walmart, anywhere you get shove a product pretty much. So I'd love for you guys to meet my buddy Jake, who I've been working with for over 3 years, primarily on the Amazon platform, but Jake has experience on other platforms as well. So, buddy, Jake, go ahead and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are, what you do for a living, and where are you at on top of that? Because 40% of my listeners are women. So Jake has a nice accent, ladies. Go for it,
Okay.
buddy.
Cool. That's good to know. Good to know. Good for you, Tony.
I don't know why.
uh,
But like my analytics were like, yeah, 46% of your listeners and viewers are women. I was like, okay.
Good. Good. So yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. My name is Jake. I am 29 years old, from Slovenia, Europe, originally, living here, staying here, haven't moved for 29 years, unfortunately. So, or, luckily, whatever you might, call it.
What's the unfortunate thing?
And
Your country's beautiful. I've seen your pictures, bro.
yeah, I mean, I think that's also, like I kind of noticed from the past, working with a lot of American people, that most of you guys don't even know where this place is. So Google it, and then you will see definitely. It was a funny thing, when I was in Toronto like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I went to a Costco store and they were like, just before Black Friday, they were like, showing all these, big screen Samsung TVs and stuff like that. And the first thing that popped up was like, the most touristic place in Slovenia, in the center of Toronto, in Costco store, promoting like, Slovenia. Like, and I was like blown away. Like, how the hell did that picture came there on that freaking TV on the other side of the world? Because it's such a small country. We only have like 2 million people.
Oh,
And I live on the western part of the country in a very small town. And people here they didn't know that most of the people, they didn't know that e-commerce is like a big thing until COVID hit last year, where
that's
everyone
true.
was like, yeah, pretty much. I've been involved in Amazon space for like 7 years, 6, 7 years. I started in 2015 or 2014, something like that. And back in the days, like, I don't know, maybe like 5 years ago, when people were like, stopping me on the street here and
Hmm.
asking me, what do you do for a living? And I said, I sell stuff online. They'll ask me, oh, you can do that right now? Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. And I was like, you know, living in Eastern Europe, that's the lifestyle pretty much here. But putting all those things on the side, yeah, I've been around the Amazon space for around 6 7 years,
Holy cow.
full time. Sorry.
That long? Over 6 7 years?
Yeah, yeah. I think I launched my first product. I don't remember anymore. I think it was April 2015, or it was 2014. Such a for me, it's such a long time ago. on Amazon. So, but full time, I decided to quit my job and to go full time as an Amazon consultant, Amazon coach, Amazon, like professional seller, as you might call it, since 2018. Yeah, so it's roughly around like 3 years right now. So yeah, so that's pretty much what I do, what I live, and everything. Long story short about me, pretty much. So yeah.
Dang, I didn't know you were doing that long. And for those of you on TikTok, let me know how the audio sounds, guys. I know we had Carl's last episode. And feel free to ask your questions to Jake about selling online on Amazon or platforms. So, touch base on it again. What were you doing before you started your first sell online? What was your profession before? Because you were young
So
7 years ago. I mean, you're still in your 20s. I'm in my 30s.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
what were you doing before you were like, oh crap, I could sell online?
Yeah,
What,
no, I
what was
was actually, yeah, I was studying, the computer science for my entire life, and I wanted to become a system engineer, if you might call it this way. So like, building up those servers, setting everything up, the network, everything, for the big companies. That's what I wished I would do since I was 13 years old.
uh-huh.
It's actually a funny story. When I was 14 years old, I actually set up my first like e-commerce business at that time, when I was like, Slovenia is behind the world for like 25 years, and you can still download movies and games, like pirate version of stuff, without
Uh-huh.
any kind of problems here. And that
No
was the case.
copyright. I love it.
Yeah. We have all these like torrent based websites where you can download torrents, and then you just download stuff. It's still it's not illegal, but nobody actually cares about it. Nobody controls it. So back in the days, I took the opportunity, because internet was still not a thing when I was 14 years old here. I actually got the internet connection at my home when I used to live before, when I was 17. And before that, my grandfather had a business, and they needed the internet connection for all these kind of things, for emails and stuff. And I used to
Oh,
download all these games and movies, and then burn them out on a CD or a DVD, and then sell them online, until the IRS started to kick up my door and saying, "Hey, guy, hey, kid, you cannot do that anymore." Like that was
awesome.
actually my first online business. But in between, I didn't know that e-commerce is a passion of mine. So I was actually trying to get into the other aspect of um, like getting things done, on like the server aspects and how to build everything up, until I became a father when I was 21. And I
Mhm.
realized that everything that I did was no, it was not a thing that I saw it with the same eyes as I was like 13. And then I discovered Amazon, pretty much, and I started to learn everything about it, do anything about it. I had a full-time job. I mean, a couple of full-time jobs in between, in like construction, and all this kind of stuff. And then I quit in 2018. I had up until here, with everything, 9 to 5. Actually, here it's not a 9 to 5 job. It's from 7 in the morning till 3 p.m. Usually that's like a normality here. And I just that was pretty much the second best decision in my life, and the first one was to become a father, pretty much. So yeah.
Dang, dude, I didn't know about the. So, were you selling your stuff like from your country to Americans?
No, just locally here in Slovenia. Yeah.
But the law caught up to you eventually.
Yeah,
That's
it was illegal. It was totally illegal. So
well,
yeah,
that's
but I
totally.
actually earned around, I don't know, maybe like back in the days, we had a different currency. Now we have euros.
Mhm.
I think I was making like, I don't know, maybe like 150 euros a month, maybe 200
Dang,
euros a month.
that's not
Yeah,
no little cash. That's good cash.
yeah, yeah. As a 14-year-old kid, yeah, that's pretty good.
That's
Yeah.
amazing because like there's people that work for a whole year and don't even make that type of money.
Yeah.
So that's ridiculous. That's so. And that was your moment when you were like, "Oh crap, I can do this full time." Because don't you? Correct me if I'm wrong. Do you currently own your own company? I know you're in a couple
Yeah.
different.
Yeah, I have two companies. I have one company in the States, which I'm like a co-founder of it, and I have my own company with my own projects in the UK, just focusing on Europe right now on Amazon Europe. Yeah, so.
Dude, you need to write a book, man. You need to write a book. That's dope. Because like a lot of people that I talk to that are successful have a background in this. They were doing it accidentally, and then they were doing things that were wrong, sometimes illegal, due to the fact that they didn't know any better. Types of
Yeah.
I have an IT background, and I used to make burner phones during college. I mean, I'm sorry, and during high school, I used to make burner phones, and I didn't know who I was making these burner phones for. I just had to niche with hacking stuff.
Yep.
And I later on found out they were burner phones for like freaking drug dealers and whatnot. But dude, I was 14 years old. I was making I was making money. I was making more money than my teachers were. And I was like, this is great. Like,
yeah. Yeah.
but,
It was a good paycheck back in the days, where the inflation was not as high and we had a different currency, which was a lot, you didn't need a lot of money to live. And, having, let's say, I don't know, 200 euros, like put it into a currency we had before here. That was actually like maybe like half of the minimum wage salary here. So yeah, it was not too bad.
that's amazing. I didn't know that part about you, buddy. Well,
Yep.
we got some people here that are live. What's up, folks? If you guys have your questions, feel free to ask them while we're chit chatting. But let's talk a little bit about platforms, man. So Jake and I, we respectfully have our differences. My thing is e-commerce. I love my e-com stores. I love them. I too have sold on Amazon. I haven't really moved off anything else. But Jake has used Amazon, Walmart. Where else have you sold your stuff on?
Yeah, basically just Amazon, Walmart, and I used to do some stuff on Shopify, but I abandoned that idea when I lost too much money. So yeah, that's pretty much your strength. So
Well, and here's the thing I want to focus with people that are watching or listening to this podcast. By no means are the tactics that we talk about. There's real reason why I really like Jake. There's none of this BS of click here a funnel and have our premier extreme lesson and pay us this much of money. Well, it's none of that stuff. You've heard it from me. Those of you that follow me for a while, I've lost money. You just heard it from Jake. He has lost money. It's a struggle to grow your business online. So Jake, with using Amazon, let's just start with, if you're someone that's brand new, what do you recommend? Like, we're not let's not go into the whole like research phase. Let's just say someone has a brick and mortar store. They sell shoes or something, whatever it may be. How do you recommend they get onto the Amazon platform? Because people are like, there's competition. Well, yeah, there's fucking competition everywhere.
Yep.
It's the
Yeah,
internet.
absolutely. And it's good that you point out the shoes example, because that's like super, super competitive. And I've recently I've seen so many people having such a tremendous success. Especially like if you go and watch the latest season of Shark Tank, for example, there is a ton of people just putting their logos on a hoodie and making like a ton of money out of it just by either selling on Amazon, either selling off Amazon. It's things can still be done. I think that Amazon, there was a hype when I started out, and it was a big hype, just like, I don't know, NFTs are now, or like, I don't know, blockchain stuff that's happening right now. It was the same thing in 2015, 2014 with Amazon stuff. So you found a product that was selling well. You went on, to China or like, Alibaba, whatever. You found a supplier that are making the same or similar type of products. You listed up, you start with the basic PPC campaigns, you start getting a ton of sales, right? One of my first products were the neoprene waist belt for, to help you out getting, that belly fat.
Yeah, for weight. I actually have one. I'm working out.
You have one of them. Okay, so let me tell you.
But I'm currently trying to lose weight.
Okay, so basically what was happening in 2015 was that I came across that product and I said, it's cheap to make, it's light, it's small, you can pack it up pretty like tightly, so you'll not have to pay a lot for shipping. The price was pretty good. It was, I think, $25. to sell and to ship it out to Amazon. It was like, I don't know, $5 or something. So you get like $20 margin. And the Sweet Sweat brand, which is now one of the biggest brands that are selling these kind of belts, they were not present there at that time. And if you check them out on Amazon right now, I think they have over 100,000 reviews. So because I was a student, because I didn't have enough capital back in the days to continue with the business, to continue growing, and we were just pretty much losing money, because that's the main misconception from every like newbie that starts their own Amazon stuff. Like after 2-3 months, they're saying, yeah, we're not profitable yet. I mean, how can you expect to be profitable in any business within the first 3 months? It is impossible, right? And that's probably like the biggest misconception that people do. But in order to start right now, I don't think that Amazon has changed, and it's just a marketplace, right? And I've seen a lot of people that are still making like a very, very nice numbers just by doing the Amazon PPC and trying to leverage Amazon as a platform to do the marketing. But things have not been the same in the last 2 years. So using the social media, like using the content to build up social media presence, using some kind of a landing page to get some some emails, some database of your potential customers that you can advertise to them, is definitely the key for success to sell on Amazon these days. But just in order to start something up, I would still go to that fundamentals just to learn the process, because that is very important for every new Amazon seller. How to do that is to find a product in the like small price range between like $20 to $50, that has the demand is usually the most important thing, not the competition. So if there is enough demand, if you have a big piece of a pie, that small piece you can get is still going to be pretty big enough. If you have a small piece of the pie, then that piece is obviously a lot smaller. So that's why the demand is the most important aspect whenever you do the research. And then set up the account, make a professional account, pay for the charge. Again, do the research. You have so many tutorials on YouTube for free how you can do that. You have so many tutorials how to source the product, how to negotiate with the suppliers. There's so many content out there these days that you guys can pretty much learn how to do that. And obviously, it's going to be like the trial run with the first product. That's why it's important that you don't invest too much, from my personal opinion.
No, you're right. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, just we did. I started my UK project in April this year, and I didn't want to invest too much. And I've been selling around for 7 years, for example. And my main point was just to first of all, to see how the UK market is different from the US market, which I'm used to sell for a lot longer than the UK. What is kind of a difference? And most importantly, so that my account will start to become mature, so that next year in April, May, I already have I'm in development to launch a new product, and I'm very excited about it. So it's going to take a lot of the investment, but basically now the main point is to build up that performance throughout the first year. Having some profit obviously would be the goal, which I'm focusing on. But more importantly is to have an idea when the time comes for me to make the investment for the second product for the banks, so they'll see, okay, the business is actually scaling up. We can give you a loan. You can then afford to buy for the first inventory and stuff like that. That's like the main purpose these days. There are so many companies out there that can give you a loan just like that, if you can give them the numbers. That's it. So
what do you now I know earlier, and you mentioned kind of it was a fad like NFTs are right now.
Yep.
Would you dare say Walmart is the same also? Because I'm seeing a ton of people talking about is it the same thing as fulfillment, Amazon fulfillment with Walmart?
Yeah, no, you have WFP, Walmart Fulfillment Program, WFS, Walmart Fulfillment Services, is the same thing, just way, way, way behind the the Amazon, like capability of doing things. And it's only by invite only, so you cannot just take the leverage, just like Amazon offers you. Whenever you set up the account, you have the ability to send stuff into FBA. So we are actually using Deliver, deliver.com, because they are like an official Walmart logistical partners, and we are just sending this stuff to them, and they're fulfilling you. You get the pro badge, the pro seller badge on Walmart by using them, because they offer a free 2-day shipping, and the charges are just like way better than Walmart is giving you at this point. So yeah.
I didn't know that. I guess, do you think if someone's new to this and they've never done it before, would you say Amazon would be a little bit safer? I mean, I'm sorry, not Amazon.
Absolutely.
Walmart would be a
No,
safer platform?
no, Amazon still.
Go to Amazon.
Yeah, still, because it's when you look at the graphs, like comparison between Walmart and Amazon, let's say Amazon's going to be here, and then Walmart's going to be right here somewhere. So the gap is still pretty huge. Obviously, Walmart, the gap is closing down, but it's still, such a big gap that whoever wants to start with an e-commerce, definitely start with Amazon first. Also, because there is a lot more manual work that is involved whenever you set up things with Walmart, especially when you try to update any kind of listings, anything like that. Especially with PPC, everything is manually. With Amazon, you can select everything. Okay, change the bids. Boom. In Walmart, you cannot do that. You need to go every keyword. Set the bids differently, and if you have like 50 keywords. It's a nightmare, so that's why it's
you do it.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. I didn't expect that, because I was thinking, because in my mind, I'm thinking follow the trend, follow the rush, go to Walmart. But you're saying Amazon's still the best part. And I really do think for those that are listening that haven't tried this or think about selling stuff online, definitely try Amazon, because I believe you will get a really good understanding about what it takes to just sell in general.
Yeah.
My professional opinion would be to, and congruent with your Amazon store, have an e-commerce store up to as well, something Shopify, WordPress, WooCommerce, because as far as I'm aware, and I think you've told me it was changing, you can't really collect buyer info like email off Amazon, correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
that is true.
Okay, yeah. So in that event, you want to cushion and build that user base, those followers. Because when I was doing Amazon, was during COVID, and I was doing backpacking, camping gears while I was playing around, and I had a camping store at that time. I don't know if you remember this, Jake, but Amazon cut off all non-essentials. Remember?
Yep.
Yeah, my store, my store died. But luckily for me, I had still my e-commerce store, so I didn't lose all my income. I was able to pivot my sales somewhere else. I was still getting product out. I just wasn't selling crap on Amazon. And for me, that was pretty much the end of it. I haven't been back on Amazon. That's not because I'm not planning on going back. I am. But right now, like as Jake mentioned earlier, my specialty lies on e-commerce, and Jake's specialty, it lies with selling on Amazon and other platforms as well. Just out of curiosity, do you have any hot tips on anything for the holidays, like something they should check? Or because I assume right now it's too late to even start a store and get in.
Oh yeah, for sure. Black Friday is next week, so I just want to comment you first on the situation where Amazon has closed down the non-essential products. We had that situation as well, but we figured out that Amazon did that based on the category that you're selling, right? So we used to sell at that time in the US the smart scales for body weight, and the smart scales for body weight are also treated in some extent as a medical device as well. So what we did was just, medical like appliances were like the essential type of a product that Amazon will like prioritize to ship it out. And what we did was just switching the category to the medical, like device, we had to provide, again, the certifications that we had. That was not a problem. Amazon approved it. It was a turning point in the business. Like, we started to sell like crazy. We actually hit that. At one day we hit the record so far in that account, which was, I think, just a little bit over $6,000 in sales per day. And then, after we ran out of stock, it was just like, boom, back to the beginning, unfortunately. But yeah, that was the case. I just wanted to share that with you, because, the camping gear, maybe some of the stuff that you had could be applied as a medical device, because I saw the stuff that could go in either like category.
Bags and some tents.
Okay, yeah, that's so not. Yeah, okay. Yeah, then it was a complete unfortunate for you.
Yeah, because I was doing it for the summer, because summer was coming along, and COVID wasn't a huge thing yet, and so I was like, get myself online. People wanting to go out camping, and then COVID went, nope.
Yeah,
that's not happening. Yeah. So it was all now, that store wasn't a complete loss. I did end up selling that store, making a profit off of it. The e-commerce store, the URL, selling it off to a buyer, which was great. But in the short run, it sucked, because I was only on Amazon for maybe 2-3 months, and then it was like, it was dead.
Yeah. Then it was a pretty big unfortunate for you. So yeah, I mean, like, going back to the tips for the holidays, whoever is selling on Amazon, first of all, try to make any kind of deals if possible, because Amazon offers you, either like the lightning deals, the 7-day deals, or the deals of the day for some of you who are eligible for that. But I think you need to have like $1 million of sales per annual to be able to participate to a deals of the day, and that's going to give you the more exposure on all these other pages around Amazon. So definitely do that. Now, let's say for Black Friday, things are pretty much closed already, but like, for pre-Christmas weeks, there might still be some slots open for you maybe to participate. If not, any kind of coupon codes would do. That's gonna definitely give you a much better exposure that we noticed in the recent years that Amazon does. And just try to what I would recommend, and what I always recommend before the holidays that you do, because now it's the peak, time for, lots of traffic happening on Amazon. And, if you're being in the center of attention, that's obviously a good thing. So basically, two biggest advices that I would give you, it's the, first of all, to check again what's happening with your competitors. What are people complaining the most in the reviews that they have, like the negative reviews, the positive reviews, and try to turn that around into your positives, whatever they have in the negative, and try to stand out even more, whatever they have in the positive, so that you can increase the conversion rate by, identifying the key problem that your product is solving, which is the number one thing when you do the e-commerce stuff or any kind of business. You have a product that is solving a problem of, your customers. That's why they're purchasing your product. And through the negative reviews, you can definitely see what are the biggest like struggles that the other products are having right now. And you can then just turn things around into your positive. That is the number one thing that I would like to advise you. And the second big thing is to be heavy on the advertising. That's it.
Dang. Good points, man. Good points. Jake, believe it or not, we've been talking for like almost 30 minutes, man. Let people know if someone wants to reach out to you to get their products on Amazon, or have you and your team work with their products, how can they find you? How can they reach out to you?
So, like you said before, I'm not like a type of a person that has like a landing page or like, all that kind of social media presence, because we're doing things, from mouth to mouth pretty much all these years. I was never in a position that I would need to have a landing page or anything like that. But you can definitely reach out to me, to jake@sitecom.co. And I think you have the email, so you can maybe, if there is like a chat or something, you can put it up. So it's SIDEcom.co, not .com, .co. So jake@sitecom.co. That's like, my UK business. It's called Sitecom Enterprises Limited, and that's why I have, that's the like a very basic landing page set up for that business. You can reach out to me over there if you have any questions whatsoever. Yeah, that's probably the best way to reach out to me. So
there we go. Now I got you.
Cool.
For people to reach out to you if they want to email you. So specifically, any enterprise or businesses, whether you're a physical store or a completely digital store, you have a website, or you're just someone that's just new and wants to try something online. As you see, Tigger down below, Jake's information will be in the description as well. I'll reach out to him there to have him and his team. It's a team, correct? If I remember properly, there's several people I met.
Yep.
Are you at your office now?
Yeah, I have a co-working space because we have an international team. So that's working all around the globe. We have a team member in Colombia. We have a team member in Mexico. We have a team member that's currently now in Spain, but usually officially from the UK. All around the globe. I have a lot of Pakistanis, Indian people that are like my VAs helping me out with some stuff. So yeah, pretty much international team.
Awesome, guys. And with that, we're going to end this podcast, this live podcast. If you have any questions or concerns, hit me up on Twitter at HighTechTony. And obviously, there's a lot more about Amazon that we just didn't have the chance to go into that just can't be covered in just one podcast. So if you guys want Jake back, let me know and have your questions ready next time. Y'all take care. Thanks.
Cheers.